Hello YouTube, and welcome back to our new series of Dragon Quest III. Last time we started the game, we picked up our new team members, and we were given our quest, which is more of a test to see if we are basically a hero like our father, which is kind of like a little lazy call to adventure, but it's fine. He's an evil archfiend. We gotta go kill him, so let's go get that done. During the break, I kind of leveled everybody up. I'm a little over-leveled at this point. I did a little overkill. The hero's 6, Pilgrim is 7, the Mage is 7, and the Merchant's 8. Remember how I said in the last episode that the Merchant gains XP at a much faster rate than everybody else? This is what I mean. The Merchant is going to be gaining tons and tons of levels. But if we take a look at his stats compared to everybody else, also he can wear, like here we got 13 strength, 12 agility, 25 vitality, 12 int, set 11 luck. If we take, he can wield most armors and weapons too, but unfortunately, he has no real, his combat capabilities are extremely limited. You're really only going to be using them to get extra money and that type of stuff while grinding. And to be honest, he's not really that good in fighting. Like, the main character does about 10-12 damage to normal enemies that I've noticed so far. Pilgrim does about 10 to 12. He's doing about 7 to 8 compared to them. So it's just like, eh. A good difference to notice in this game compared to the other ones as well is Pilgrim. Pilgrim is pretty good at a physical fighter, as you can see here. The only good stat that I noticed on the Merchant is their HP. They'll be leveling up faster and getting more HP than everybody else. The Pilgrim can equip all weapons and armor. Like a lot of good weapons and armor early on, which is pretty good. They have also learned a couple spells. They start with heal, which is your basic heal. Here, let me pull up the stats real quick and I'll tell you about them. Alright, here we go. Here's my little cheat sheet of spells. Yes, I keep a little cheat sheet on the side. So the Pilgrim learned starts with heal, is your most basic curative spell. It restores 30 HP. Pretty good. Expel, which is a chance to remove one enemy off the field, which makes it a little easier for enemy management if you happen to get into too many enemy fights with too many enemies. You can just expel one of them. And Speed Up, which is kind of like a mini haste. It's not really as good as haste is in Final Fantasy. It basically makes it where your people have a chance to go first in combat. So, like, you know how in combat your speed is by your agility. You have higher agility, you have a higher chance to attack the enemy before they attack you in fights. It's kind of like that. That's what Speed Up really does. It's a really good buff spell. Randall, our female mage. Oh my god. Should've made him. It's fine. Has really bad physical stats, as you can see, strength. When you hit physically with the mage, they're only gonna do 1 damage. But they learned a lot of spells. These 3 spells are extremely good early on. Let's see here. Let's look them up. Sorry, it was just better if they're in alphabetical. Blaze. Blaze is your basic ass spell that does 10 points of damage. It's just a little bit of fire that does 10 points. Ice Bolt is your real single target damaging ability. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. It's basically an upgraded, a really good spell. It does 30 damage to one enemy. It's your good early game spell that you're basically going to be spamming. It only costs 3 mana. Blaze costs 1 or 2, I think. So let's double check. By the way, heal costs 3. Where's Blaze? It costs 2, so it's actually more efficient just to spam Ice Bolt since it only costs 1 more. Fireball, which is your first AoE move you get, it does to a single group of enemies. Groups of enemies are kind of like a group of slimes, a group of ravens, that type of thing. We'll get into the enemies in this area after I'm done explaining everything. And Upper, which is... what does this do? I actually didn't look it up. It's buff. It costs 3 mana to cast, and it increases their defensive power for this combat. Which is pretty good. These are all pretty good spells. The Mage is extremely good for casting and that other stuff, because they also get all the intelligence and mana. So let's head out. Let's go around. I'll start telling you what each enemy in the area does, so... I will see you all when I find some of those enemies. I'll see you then. Alright. So here we are. Here's our first enemies we found. The Black Ravens and the Slimes. We all know the Slimes. They have 8 HP. They're your basic first enemy of in every game. They're the first thing you're probably going to be fighting at all time in every single Dragon Quest. They're the mascot of the series. They have 8 HP, they give 3 gold when kill, and give 6 XP. And they have a chance to drop a medical herb, which is basically a small heal. Then here's the Black Raven. I think this is new? Yeah, it's a new enemy for this game. This game did add a bunch of new enemies, because it's a newer game, so why not? The Black Raven is slightly tankier than the Slime with 9 HP. Only 1 extra. They give 3 gold and give 7 XP. So if you can kill one of them, they give a little bit more. But in this first beginning area, this is all you're going to be finding around the castle if you decide to grind here. Which, in my mind, and that's why I'm over leveled. I kind of sat here around the castle and grinded until I had money for all the gear. Which is not a great way to get gold. If you want gold, you're going to have to be a little bit more adventurous and go up into this area. Oh, by the way, yeah, a little bit more adventurous and head up into this area. Now that we're here and it's dark, I can try to find... Okay, so there's a day-night cycle in this game. Now that I've played a little bit more, I know the day-night cycle, some enemies will only appear at night in certain areas. But and these enemies here are horned rabbits. These are your first enemies that will be showing up at night, and only in the southern part of this island. By the way, we start on an island, just so you know. We'll be exploring a little bit more later. First, let me find where the horned rabbits. There you are. These things are the next enemy up from the Black Raven. They have 10 HP. You still give 3 gold, so they're still not really good for money, but they give 10 XP, so they're good. Little good at fighting for some XP. So these guys are some of your basic enemies. They also drop medical herbs. They only show up at night in this bottom left corner, but then if you go a little bit farther up to the next town, you will find them a lot more common, and they're more during the day. So if you don't want to run around here at night only, you'll find them more to the north here, which I'll show you in a moment. But explain the day-night cycle. You got mornings, you got day, night. So as I was saying, you'll find more enemies. I think as I was saying, the nighttime, I think there's higher chance for enemies to attack you. And certain enemies only spawn at night. I think you can find most enemies that the only ones that spawn at night are also found in other areas around. So like up here in this northern part of the island, the horned rabbits are guaranteed to spawn even during the day. So it's just, no matter where you go, you can find those night enemies again later. I will be right back as I find the last enemy I kind of want to show before we move on with the main story. I'll be right back until then. Bye-bye. Alright, and I am back. I found the next enemy I want to fight. explain to you, which is the giant anteater. This is literally the strongest of the beginning enemies you will fight. They're only on the northern part of the northwestern part of the island, next to the next town. They're your basic, just a strong basic enemy. They have 13 HP, they give 4 gold, and they give you 11 XP when killed. And they have a chance to drop a leather helmet, which might be useful for you if you want to grind them for that, but they're also pretty rare to find. It took me a little while to find it, but I don't think they're worth just grinding for the leather helmet. I think you get that later on anyways, so yeah, so it's just kind of like, and yeah, that's basically it. They're not really that powerful of enemy. You can fight and kill them in a couple turns. Once you get the better spells, you can one-shot them and then focus your attacks on the Black Ravens. So there you go. Or any other enemies are there. So yeah, let's try to get out. Alright. So here we are at the top right left of the island. This is where I did most of my grinding to get here, because the enemies here will spawn in much greater amount than the area next to the castle. You will kind of want to. This is where I suggest grinding to get your money for your beginning equipment. A lot of guides say do it next to the castle, but the castle doesn't give you nearly enough money. That's good. So like, here's the next town. If you notice that there's all these like yellowish doors that we've seen around the main castle around here, that's because that's required a key. Those require keys to open. So I'm going to show you where you get the first key, which is the Thieves' Key. Yeah, the first bit of this was me just kind of explaining all the enemies in the area. By the way, if you didn't notice, mountain spots is the highest spot where monsters spawn. Desert, then it's tree, then it's these. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're here to try to find the cave to that little tower in the center. I didn't explain very well on how random encounters work in this game. There are certain areas where monsters have more likely to spawn, which is forests. Then there's hyper spawn. They are areas where enemies will spawn massively, so those areas are like dungeons, mountains. And then desert's kind of that middle ground where there's like a high spawn and then not. Well, here's our kind of first dungeon place, which is inside the cave to the tower. So let's wait. So you're supposed to really go in here when you're level 4, not level 6. So most of the enemies in here are going to be really a piece of cake for me. Alright, let's see what's in here. By the way, here's your commands. Talk allows you to talk people. Spell allows you to use spells. Status is checks the status of all your people and also arrange your formations. Oh man. Ugh, cough. Items allow you to use items. Search allows you to search chests and other areas on the ground. And equip allows you to equip all new gear that you get. In this chest, we found a medicinal herb, which is pretty good. I should have explained all of this in the first episode, but it's alright. Let's move on. Another chest. See what's in this one. Money, basically. You know, all the enemies in here are a little weak compared to what we're used to. A little weak because my party is so over-leveled at this point. So we're just around, we're gonna search around, try to find as many chests we can. This gives some gold, which is useful. That's 2 rests at the end. So, when you enter the dungeon, you're supposed to go up. Then once you reach the fork, you go up again. And then you go up again here. You find here. And here, we find some more new enemies. The Masked Moths. Which have 12 HP, they give 5 gold, and they give 8 XP. Okay, they're not too tanky. They're weaker than the Eater, but they're a little more common in this tower. Also, you can find these guys at the northeast of the island. And I'll tell you about the northeast of the island after I finish this combat. I'll get back to you after this. See you then. So the northeast of the island is where I did most of my grinding for money. After I got high enough level to do it. The enemies there are extremely tough. I can probably go over there to explain to you who's over there, but I might do that in the next episode or after I'm done with it. Because the tower might have all the enemies that are over there as well. Alright, and here we go. Here we found another enemy from the top east of the map, which is a frog warrior. These things have 15 HP, they give 4 gold, and they give 15 XP when killed. It will protect itself sometimes, so like it won't take damage when it does that, and has a chance to drop medicinal herb. These things are one of the most common enemies to the top left, so usually what I do is this little strategy, well, ice bolt it, and usually what I do is have Randall cast Ice Bolt and just kill one of the enemies, if there's just 2 of them, and then I just have everybody gang up on the other people, kind of like this. Yeah, it wasn't that much, you can see. But there are enemies up there that give tons of gold. I haven't seen any of them yet, but let's keep exploring. Maybe we'll find... Ooh, that's a way up. I still want to explore more. I have 2 ways up. Let's check north, this way. Okay. Left to right, good adventures go left. Ooh, a chest. Money. I think we need the thieves. I don't think we can open this yet. Oh man. Yeah, we can't open that without a key. That's another way up. We'll come back here later. Let's keep exploring this place. By the way, I do have a reason for having the merchant, and I will show that later. But for right now, he's our buddy. We'll keep him around. He's useful. So right now we're in the basement of this tower. I think this tower is called the Tower of Najima. So this brings us to the actual tower, which is do these damage? No. Oh my god, Dragon Quest II has made me paranoid of floors like that. So far, enemies in here have been everything else we found. I think this just kind of brings us back down to the basement. Or not. Hi! Good afternoon. Welcome to the Wayfarer's Inn. Oh, there's an inn here in case you need to heal. So this might actually be a good place to farm then. Because there's a lot of monsters here that give a decent amount of money. So this might be a really good place to farm for money and really early on. Unfortunately, the northern part of the island is probably the best way to get money in this, which makes sense. I'm just kind of exploring at this point. There's a chest there, but I'm still exploring. We already go here? I think we did. We're trying to find a chest. There's apparently a chest up here. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. You don't need to know what just happened. Yeah. Well, I guess we're just gonna move forward anyways, so... Okay. So we're just gonna move on to the next floor. I don't know if I found the chest, but there's apparently a chest on this floor with 4. And here we find another new enemy, the Babel. These things have 10 HP, give 8 gold when killed, and give 16 XP. their attacks have a chance to poison you, so be careful when fighting these things. And they also have a chance to drop an antidote. Hope that they drop one of these when fighting and you get poisoned. Because once you're poisoned, what poison does is it, for every step you take on the overworld, you'll take 1 to 2 damage, depending, I don't know how it does in this game. Resting an inn does not cure poison. The only ways to cure poison are going to a spirit healer who will do 3 things. They will decurse you, they'll detoxify, which gets rid of all poison on you, and they will revive you. Those are the only ways to get rid of some stats. So, yeah, these things are a pain if you don't know what you're doing. So, I'll see you when I'm done fighting them. Bye-bye. Yeah, those things are not too difficult if it's on a small map, but sometimes they will fight you in a group of 7, and that is a pain. So make sure you have AoEs available at the time. So let's keep moving forward. Yeah, so should be a room around here. That's the way forward. I don't want to go there yet. Yeah. So let's keep moving. We want to head our way to... We're on the 2nd floor of the tower. There should be... Oh, there's a chest. Let's see what's in here. Ah, here's the chest with 40 GP. So unlike other games, chests have a set amount in this one. In the previous games, some chests with gold had a random amount of money in them. Let's search this chest. Let's go. Another shield and another helmet. Nice. That's extra armor. So, helmets take up an accessories. So, let me explain to you, like, how equipment works, too. I didn't really do that in the first one, either. You have your weapons, which is stuff that you may use to attack with your physical stats. You have your helmets, which is a armor piece that just gives a little extra armor. Armor, which is your armor. Shields, which also give extra armor. And then there's accessories. Accessories have cool little side effects that they do. We have not yet gained any, but I believe we'll be getting more in this one. Dragon Quest II also had this kind of equipment system, but there was very little accessories in the game. The only accessory really was, I believe, the Dragon's Mane. There's a little extra stuff, and you basically equip it to someone to give them a little extra damage. So after finding that, we're going to make our way back down, and then... we need to head back down here, and then we gotta find our way back up. So, that way was a... I wouldn't say it's a dead end. More like it's a... we found stuff and then go. And maybe we're supposed to go back down to the bottom and then try... So let's head back down to the basement. Oh, I fought some babbles, tried to escape, and as you can tell, Tethor got poisoned. Oh, Tethor learned heal at some point too, so there you go. Those are the max HPs of everybody. For some reason, the Pilgrim, a lot. Anybody have any antidote herbs? You do not. Do you have anything that it can heal poison? So we're just gonna have to deal with it for a while. I'll keep an eye on my health every now and then. For now, let's head this way. Make our way up. So we can't go that way. There's a door blocking our path. So... yeah, I'm basically going to be using Tethor as a way to heal himself. As out of combat heal, because most of it, he doesn't get a lot of NP, so he's not really useful in part. Ugh. 18. When he drops below 10, I'll heal him. So what we want to do is head this way. Oh. Where did this take me? I have no idea. I don't think I'm supposed to be there yet. So I went the wrong way. He's gonna heal himself. Heal Tethor. It was annoying, but I gotta go do it, so I'll be back after that. See you then. Before I head back to the tower, I'm gonna explain what this guy is. This is your healer dude. He's in the next town over. I'll explain the next town after we're done with the tower. This is supposed to be after the tower. So, what the healer does is he'll do 3 things. He'll detoxicate, which removes poison, and so he's very helpful for that. He'll uncurse you, which happens when you equip a curse item. Curse items don't give any good stats and don't really do anything, or they hurt you when you do it. When you're uncursed, it removes the item from you, and then you can sell the item for good money. Cursed items are good for money. And then revive. I haven't shown it yet. When a person dies, they'll turn into a little ghost that follows you around. The only way to get them back is by going here and reviving him. For now, that's your only way. Later, we'll get items that basically revive you. Just ignore that. That's a little graphical glitch. But that's basically explanation of the town healer. I'll be back. I'll show you back when we're back to where we were in the tower. See you then. Alright, and we're back in the tower. I forgot. I didn't realize that Pippin had actually another piece of gear that he's the only one who can equip it. So let's go here. Pippin, copper, leather. Yes, leather. But a turban. Only merchants can equip this, I think. Yeah, I believe so. The hero can equip it, but he has a better thing with the leather cap. Basically, it's their best. It's going to be a really good head item. To be honest, I'm looking at the stats for it. It might be his best thing for a very long time. So yeah. So there you go. But let's keep moving on. Let's head back into here. Let's head back up the floor too, because we've explored all of this. We don't know. Was this one? No, it wasn't. So yeah. Also, while in town, I got a little extra stuff. Some medicinal herbs. I forgot to sell that Wayfarers. Oh well. Some antidote herbs, some medicinal, and some fairy water. Fairy water is your repel in this game. Okay, well, in that last battle, Tethian leveled up. Let's see what he got. He also learned a new spell. Learned Expel. Okay. Someone else also learned a new spell. Did you know? Oh, you learned Surround. Surround, I believe, lowers the defense of enemies. Dazzle. Chanting Surround. Oh! Okay, what Surround does, it basically lowers the hit chance of enemies, which is very helpful for hard-hitting enemies later on. And that's basically it. Well, let's keep moving. It's just easier to at some points it's just easier to fight enemies, to be honest. Is this the right way? No. Instead of having to it's just easier to fight the enemies instead of running, because there's a mechanic in here where if you try to run, you'll fail a run, and then the enemy just gets free hits on you. If you fail that, it's just kind of like, But at some points, it's just better to just kill all the enemies. So, yeah. As you can saw, the Randall got the 8 HP there because failed to run, and they found some more battles, and they poisoned 2 more people. Where are the antidote herbs? Once again, Tethian got poisoned. really want. Ugh, this is gonna be annoying. You can already tell. Really wish I got antidote already. So yeah, here's an explore up. Let's explore a bit more. Yeah, this, by the way, Randall leveled up to level 8. Didn't learn anything, so not too exciting. Okay. So a lot of this episode has been just explaining things. I want to get this tower done before finishing this episode. So we're going to do that. I wanted to save this, but I'm going to try to use this. So in that fight, Pippin leveled up. Come on, something please. Wings of Wyvern. That allows us to exit dungeons pretty fast. Pippin got poisoned, so this is going to be another nuisance. Or it was Cindy who got poisoned, not but Pippin. So we're going to try our best to go through this as long as we can. Oh, finally, way up. Okay. Okay. Alright, finally we made our way back up here. I think that's where we're supposed to go. Talk to you. So you have come, Tethor. I dreamed that I gave you this key, so I give you the key, the thieves' key. Do you accept it? Yes. Well then, be off with you. I'll be back to my dream. Don't know who that is, but he gave us what we needed here, so... Here's what the thieves' key does. Unlocks yellow doors. Now, we can go back down. I think this is just a straight way down. How? Actually, you know what? He's so much help. So this character kind of reminds me of another character I knew one of my friends made in a D&D campaign. Yes, I played a lot of D&D with my friends. We still do. I believe it's every Saturday we play some D&D. But this character kind of reminds me of a character one of my friends made. So the character was like, it was one of his like second characters. He was purposely making a troll character. The character basically was a merchant, kind of like this guy. He did nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was a fat-ass merchant who kind of just sat on his big pant, had some slaves who kind of just, on those like little, you know, like in those royalty things where they have the slaves carry them around in it, one of those. So he basically had those guys carrying him around while he hired the party to basically be his guards. It was the most insufferable character for that campaign. But that campaign didn't last very long. I think we got through like 5 sessions. We were like, yeah, this is not fun, so we just kind of ended it. Which kind of happens a lot in my group of friends. We try out new campaign ideas, and it doesn't really go very well. Here, can we... Good, actually, that's what we want to do. So, we're gonna go in here, go down here. Now we're down here. Okay. So we're gonna go left. Was this the right way? Up. Yes. Yellow door. We're gonna use the thieves' key. Open this door. What is this? You want to talk to a prisoner, you'll have to do it through the iron bars. Lost it, that blasted old man in the tower of Najima. Stole a key from me. You? Want to talk? Let's go. So that guy basically tells you that... What's going on this way? Oh. Are we back? Oh, we're back at the castle. Cool. Let's see what's in here. I didn't know the castle was connected to the... Hi. You break open the seal on the traveling door using the magic ball, I heard. Okay. So yeah. So we're gonna end things off here. This is a really long recording, actually. Didn't expect it to go so long, but we were going through a lot of the enemies. We were explaining how the game works. And we went through one of the first big dungeon of the game. So yeah. I'll see you all next time. Remember to like and subscribe. And yeah. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!